fingernails. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, he'd be like,
We
yeah, who
should be
cares?
making jokes about that a lot.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
nobody cares if he paints his fingernails. If
No,
you care
no.
that he paints his fingernails, you got
Coach
you got
JB
too much
does.
time
Doesn't like
on
it.
your hands.
Exactly.
Coach JB, yeah,
But
exactly.
does
I
my
love-
audio
I
still
don't
come out
understand.
good
I
with the
love
mic
Coach
right here?
JB. He is the funniest fucking guy ever. He hates everything, and it's so
Yeah.
funny.
Not surprising. Oh, are we recording now?
But yeah, is the
Yeah.
audio fine with the mic right there?
It
I
sounds
was
a
pointing
little
more towards
quiet.
Or does it sound a little retarded?
Yeah,
Okay,
you got to turn it
All
towards
right,
you. a little
yeah.
more.
We won't
but then
actually
now-
do that. It's kind of funny, but yeah. This is
No, you
better,
can-
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's better.
That's
Okay.
good.
Yeah, all right.
What about me? Mine sound good.
So when do we hit
Doug, you sound a little echoey still.
It's so weird that's happening. What about now? Is this better?
That's better.
when it's down closer, you sound better.
Yeah, you
Okay,
need it
good.
closer. Yeah, mine's like just off the screen. It's right here, so you can.
Yeah,
barely
mine you
not
can even
it.
see on the screen right now. But
Yeah.
okay,
All right.
So do you want me to say anything before the intro, or just we do the intro and then I'll just go in?
Let's just do the intro first.
Sounds
I guess.
good.
Here we go.
Welcome into foosball. It is week 3 of the preseason. So as you know, it's the end of the football season. We don't really care about what happens for the next, 9-10 months. For those of you who are able to watch the Bears Chiefs game, thank you for putting us out of our misery for the next 20 weeks, Chiefs. We love you, Andy Reid. On my left here, we have, this is my left.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, that is Doug Hype, the
Nope.
man, the
No.
myth, the legend. No,
And you pointed at neckbeard.
I'm pointing right here.
No, you got to point.
I'm
you
looking
gotta
at
point
with my
this
thumb
way.
sometimes.
Remar flips it.
We
so
did this before. Oh, Lordy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's all gone to schmuck. The regular season is almost on us. Who really cares at this point? It doesn't matter. It's all over. Neckbeard is over on my other side.
Hello.
How are
Hi,
you in this beautiful Arizona heat?
It's so hot, I want to die. But I'm glad preseason's almost over because I hate preseason just for injuries. The only thing that's interesting is who gets cut. That we'll find out this week. So that does make for a lot of good news. So otherwise, yeah, the games are trash. So let's move on to the regular season.
That actually brings us to our first talking point, and we'll start off with Doug Hype. Now that everyone's going to get cut, are the Packers in trouble at cornerback and offensive line, and should they be active trying to pick up someone else's scraps at cornerback? Other teams that actually believe in drafting them.
Yeah. Well, they drafted O-line this year, thank God, because they're getting thin at both. They have at cornerback, the Packers have a lot of guys that are like cornerback 2-3-ish. You know what I mean? They're not guys that are cornerback 1. They have nobody.
A lot of
really
2-3-ish. Are you sure?
Maybe.
They got 1, 2, and a bunch of 4s, is what I would say.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have anyone that can cover a Justin Jefferson or a really good wide receiver. They don't have that. So like or even a JSN we saw against Seattle in the practice, JSN was just torching the cornerbacks. So they have a lot of guys who are very mid. They're doing their best. They're not pedigree type cornerbacks that are drafted high or anything like that. You know what I mean? So like you can't get mad at the cornerbacks themselves so much. They're doing like Valentine's doing pretty good. Hobbs has actually been out. He's going to be back to play in the first game. So he might actually end up being their best cornerback. And I don't know if he can really cover guys, but he can beat them up. He can play bump and run. He likes to be tough and physical. So there are elements of the cornerbacks that are good, but we really do need another guy that can cover better than Keyshawn Nixon. The guy, he can't really cover very well. They need that. Absolutely, they should be going for a cornerback here on roster cuts or trade for somebody 1,000%. At least keep that in mind. And on the offensive line, they absolutely need to pick somebody up because after their first 7, all the reports are is they got nothing. Like there's nobody they can actually play in the game after the first 7. And Belton is having a lot of trouble with like tons of penalties and stuff. He's still green. He's a rookie, right? So, beginning of the season, they might be all right. But as you go and there's more injuries, the guy they got from San Francisco's hurt. It's definitely going to become a problem. And if you want to make a run this year, you got to have an offensive line that can block.
That sounds good. What are your thoughts on that, Neckbeard?
I mean, I'm less concerned about the offensive line. I know that we're a little thin there, which is why, we went after offensive line in the draft and free agent. We didn't do anything for cornerback. Like we did sign Hobbs, fair. If we hadn't signed Hobbs, I'd be terrified. So I think Hobbs is a good number 2. Hobbs is more of a zone corner as well. He can play bump and run, but like man coverage, he's maybe not the best, but he's a very good zone cover corner. I think we're just going to play a ton of zone. I think we have to play a ton of zone because we cannot cover number 1 receivers. We can't. Now, to be fair though, in their arrogance, the Packers defense didn't have Jair the last 9 games, and they were actually better statistically the last 9 games than they were the first 8 games, right? So, I mean, there's part of that has to do with who they're playing and whatnot, but I really, really, really desperately want to pick up another cornerback because I don't want to see Keyshawn Nixon guard anybody. I like the Bo Melton experiment in the sense that I just like Bo Melton, but like he should be cornerback 5 or 6, like, or, you know, special teams like specialist.
He's our best special teams player.
He is a good special teams player. So that's what I'm saying. If we kept 6 corners and Bo Melton was the 6th corner and he was a special teams guy instead of keeping him as a wide receiver, all about it. Even number 5. They say he's the 4th cornerback right now. That's terrifying, guys. That's terrifying. I'm sorry. I love him as a person. I think he could play corner, but he's been trying this for a couple months. Like
he's probably already better than Nixon, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say he's better than Nixon already, but I mean, I'm just looking at the roster of our cornerbacks, right? Micah Robinson, Jonathan Baldwin, Kalen King, Tyron Herring, Kamal Hayden, Corey Ballantyne. These are all guys that are probably not going to make the team, right? Probably
Robinson
not.
Might. He's the draft pick they got this year, so he might make the team.
It's possible, yeah, but he was a 7th rounder, so he's more than likely going to be a practice squad guy, and he'll have to work his way.
He's their best guy behind Bo Melton that they have,
right? Which is again why we need to pick somebody up because Carrington Valentine, Keyshawn Nixon, Nate Hobbs, right? And as much as I talk crap about Keyshawn Nixon, at least he's a cornerback. Like he came into the NFL as one, right? Like Bo still needs to work on it. So I would rather take 3 cornerbacks and just leave the offensive line as what it is. I'm way more concerned about cornerback. Way more.
So how many safeties do you think you guys have? Do you believe that you have 3 starting safeties?
Yes. Well, Bullard, I don't know if it's necessarily a starting safety, but if one of those 2 guys gets hurt and Bullard ends up playing safety, I'm not going to freak out, right?
Well, how about using Bullard though as more of he can be used to help blitz and rush, right, help against the rush. Well, so that's where you run what the Patriots used to do, where it's basically a cover 3. You had 3 safeties out there, but really you ran a lot of zone, and he'd be the guy who ran up front and just to be a madman.
Well, that's what I think we're going to do. I think we're going to play a lot of zone anyway, and I think Bullard is a better zone cover. He's better at zone because he wants to attack what's in front of him. Yep. Again, another Georgia defender. They're all about attacking forward.
Well, we got Zane Anderson.
Side isn't necessarily their jam. What's that, Doug?
We got forward safeties. We got Zane Anderson who stepped in last year and was playing really good until he got hurt.
Right, and we've also got the guy from Oregon who Oladapo. I think. Oladapo, who
he can play a lot of things. He can play slot.
He's kind of another big safety that plays downhill. So a lot of zone from the Packers guys. It's coming. A lot of zone is coming, which is why we need pass rush, which is why we need our linebackers to step up. But yeah, I think we don't have the pieces to play man.
Newsflash. Dude, ESPN on their depth chart actually has Bullard listed as a nickel cornerback and not a safety, which is completely
yeah, he came into the league as a nickel, but I mean, he's a nickel / safety. He's not a cornerback / nickel, right? Or nickel / cornerback. He's a cornerback or nickel.
He's definitely more of a safety than a nickel.
Yeah, he's definitely more of a safety. So I would definitely say we have 4 decent safeties on the team. So I'm not worried about safety at all. I'm much more worried about.
They've got Omar Brown, who had like 7 picks in camp 2, who's a young guy coming up. He might end up being somebody, but we don't know yet.
Yeah. So yeah, safety's fine, but that's how we feel. Any thoughts, Dave, on what the Packers need to do?
Like you said, you found out in the second half of the season that not having your number 1 cornerback, your defense was still good. You have a smart defensive coordinator. He's able to scheme up with the safeties that y'all drafted. They pair up really well with your linebackers for zone coverage. Like you said, the main onus on you is going to be getting those edge rushers. Can they get the pressure on the quarterback? If they do, you guys are going to have a very solid defense. I think you're in pretty good hands. You don't need, with Hafley's kind of scheme, I don't think you really need a Jalen Johnson type of shutdown corner.
But the thing is that when we play the primetime teams like the Eagles or whoever, whatever, maybe the Chiefs, they're running. We can't cover their wide receivers. So like they just throw
why
up Willis.
why did everybody switch over to a cover 3, cover 4 defense in the last 5 years?
Yeah, there's a reason for it.
Because it shuts down the big plays to the Patrick Mahomes, to the elite defense.
Yes,
to
it,
the elite
it covers the seams. It leaves the seams on the sidelines open, which are a lot harder to hit, and it closes the seams down the middle of the field, which is where everybody wants to throw because it's easy. It's in front. You can time it a lot better. And yeah, cover 3 is the most popular coverage package in the NFL.
That's why it makes sense to put more of an emphasis, I believe, on safeties than it does on cornerbacks. And then, try to get a cornerback later. I definitely would like to see Green Bay get a corner in the draft a little bit earlier than they did, but I don't think it's as bad as you think. And I can kind of see where the management is coming from. Next year, they'll pick up the corner just to help out. They didn't expect to lose Jari this year.
I agree. I think they expected Jair to come back at a discount, and it just didn't work out. But I bet we're going to play a bunch of 4-2, not necessarily nickel, but like you said, Dave, 4-2 with 3 safeties. And whether it's Bullard or Oladapo playing that like hybrid small linebacker role that can cover and drop back and is probably not going to blitz. But who knows? I think, honestly, I'm hearing a lot of reports that we're going to blitz a lot more this year. And in blitzing in man is a lot more dangerous than blitzing in zone, right? So you normally want a zone blitz because you are going to have holes in your defense, but they're not going to be over the top. The problem with man blitz is that usually over the top is where you can get burned the hardest, right? Or crossing patterns. So, yeah, I think we're going to give up a good amount of yards this year, but I think we can still be around top 10 in points allowed because we're going to have guys that can make plays, guys that can break.
It'll be the bend but don't break.